If your dog could talk, they'd beg for Ollie. The full-body tail wag, the excited little hops, the big goofy grin, that's the Ollie effect. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for the pickiest eaters. Made in U.S. kitchens with highest quality human-grade ingredients, Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food. With 5 protein-packed recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes or fresh turkey with blueberries, even the pickiest eaters can't resist. You might think, dang, my dog eats better than I do. And that's probably true when it comes to Ollie. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/Wondery. Tell them all about your dog and use code WONDERY to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/Wondery and enter code WONDERY to get 60% off your first box.
Gravestone.
Welcome to Gravestone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Megan.
And I'm Arthur.
And it's Sunday evening, and we just got back from the movies again.
Again. Make it sound like we go every day.
Well, we have been going most weeks recently.
It's true.
You know, just a slew of new releases.
Don't stop.
Yeah, I know.
Won't
We're gonna.
stop.
Oh, I don't. It's not stopping. We're gonna keep going apparently because new stuff is still coming out.
I'm going to do that little song every time.
Yeah. My side gripe is that people should not be allowed in movie theaters if they're just going to talk through the whole movie. I can't do it.
I don't even want to talk about that. That's how fucking annoying that
You were
was.
so
Jesus
irritated while we were in there.
Christ,
Oh, God. We could not do it. There was a group of teenagers at the back of the theater who would not shut the fuck up the entire time that we were in there. And it's
They
just,
just had questions during the whole movie, and I'm like,
it's just frustrating. Like, I get it.
how?
I get it. But also, like, there's no need to vocalize them particularly as loudly as they were throughout the course of the film. It was unnecessary. Yeah. So that's my little minute rant about going to the theater is that people feel the need to stay on their phones or talk the whole time, and it's really annoying.
They need to put an EMP field in the movie theaters so that you cannot use your phone.
That would be a good idea.
Just
And just cut off the signal completely.
completely
Yeah.
cut off. And if there's an emergency, someone comes in and yells like,
Yeah, that's it.
emergency,
Yeah.
and then you get out.
That's it. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Cineplex, get on that. There's the only very large conglomerate in Canada, basically. Like, really, it's just Cineplexes everywhere. So, you know what, guys? Get to it.
Get on that
Yeah.
very illegal thing.
On that thing that you legally cannot do to people. Just do it. Do it anyway. And then don't tell anyone that you've done it.
Actually, yeah.
That would be
I
funny.
like that idea. That's better.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. We're currently recording this on Sunday. We just got back from the movie theater. We're late. We were away for the weekend, and we went to see the latest Osgood Perkins, the second Osgood Perkins release of this year,
Yeah.
which is tiring, I'm sure, called Keeper, which was just released this past Friday. Should I do a quick little, should I read the little quick synopsis that
Okay,
is
well-
given for the movie, or...
Maybe. Okay, so we're going to need to talk this through because...
Let me do the synopsis, and then let's do first impressions before we get into it.
No, it's not even the first impression thing. I think we're going to do a synopsis in the way that I understood this movie because I did not understand this
Yeah, it's okay.
movie. I don't know if it's because I'm fucking tired and we did...
The cats have zoomies.
Yeah, if you hear something in the background, that's what it is.
They're having a moment.
I don't know if it's because I've been driving for like 2 hours and then yesterday we did a bunch of physical activity and whatever and my brain is just do not
Yeah.
understand what's happening in front of me. What I understood is that this movie is about a couple
Yes.
who go to a cabin for their anniversary or whatever it is.
Yep.
And then he does something.
Yeah, don't
or
give away too
something
many spoilers before we get to the spoiler portion of things here.
that there's going to be spoilers.
Okay, well, then do we put the spoiler warning right now?
Tell Gary to come over.
All right, get over here, Gary.
You've been warned. Spoilers ahead.
He goes there with people and steals their life force in order to stay young or something like that.
Yeah.
But how it works, why he does it,
I mean, he does it.
why is she special, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
It like if you can please enlighten me because I have no clue what happened in this movie.
Okay, so the quick little synopsis
Yes.
from IMDb, which gives you absolutely nothing
Absolutely,
to
I
work
know
off
it
of,
does.
is a romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin turns sinister when a dark presence reveals itself, forcing a couple to confront the property's haunting past.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just surface level,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess. A certain number of plot beats, really. Okay, but yes, okay. So, is that what we're going with for you for first impressions? That you were like, I did not understand this fucking film.
I understood the
Yeah.
general like situation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know what happened past that.
Yeah.
Why is she special again? Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
what it all means.
Yeah, I know.
Like, kind of like the deeper theme, I guess, or whatever it is. No clue. I don't know. And I don't know if it's because I'm dumb right now. or
You're not. You're
but
not.
I don't
No.
know. Was it just me? Like, was it?
No, I mean, there's a lot of it to not understand. I think maybe this film tackles things from about a woman and women in relationships. So maybe there are bits and bobs of it that resonated with me a little bit more
Okay, sure.
in terms of understanding that some of the deeper themes, quite possibly, no, I could be wrong. I don't know. This film was written by a man and directed by a man. So also maybe I'm wrong and I'm interpreting things in my own way. However, some of my takeaways had to do with the idea of opening yourself up to love and having it blow up in your face, and a lack of trust that's developed in relationships. And, the things that we don't speak about that create like tension and weird passive aggressive, like microaggressions between couples
Okay, yeah.
sometimes. And I guess the overarching idea of not like abuse in a relationship necessarily at like surface level, but if you scratch the surface a little bit, the ways that in a lot of cases, a lot of women experience an amount of control and trauma sort of exerted against them in relationships, and kind of like the scars that can leave, but also to a degree by the end of the film, once they're able to move past those things, they're able to gain a certain amount of clarity and maybe seek something completely different
Right.
based on what they've experienced. Now, I could be wrong. That's not necessarily what they were going for. And also that could just be me overthinking things to a degree. I really wanted to like this movie more than I did.
Right.
But it is so tonally inconsistent
Yes.
the entire way through that by the time you get to the latter third of the film and you do gain a deeper understanding of the actual plot beats and what is happening, you've kind of lost interest
Oh, I see.
in what's going on. Or at least that was how I felt
Right.
while we were
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there.
Okay, so you know what's interesting? So the writer Jeremy Cox,
Yeah.
right? I believe that is his name.
I don't know.
It is, because I literally have it open right in front of my face. It is. Oh my God, no, sorry. Jeremy Cox is the cinematographer, which I want to talk about
Oh,
after.
yes, okay.
Nick Leppard. Nick Leppard is
Yes.
the writer, and
Okay.
he also wrote Dangerous Animals,
Oh, okay.
which is very
the
interesting.
Shark movie that
Yes,
came out this year.
the shark movie,
Which is
and
another
now-
thing to do with men preying on women. Also,
Yes, so exactly. So
interestingly.
so now that I saw who actually wrote it,
Yeah.
I feel like it made a little bit more sense in my head.
Okay.
Because it was kind of like you said, men preying on women, but also like in Dangerous Animals, it's very kind of like empowering for the woman because she can
To a
stand
degree.
up for herself and like
Yeah.
save herself and everything. Here is also, I think it was something like that, in a sense that like she kind of realized her strength and that
Yeah.
she didn't need to take any of this shit.
I
In a
definitely.
sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's like a positive tone towards the end.
So I feel like
kinda-
this is very much what they were going for with the story
Mm-hmm,
itself. However, unfortunately, I do not believe that the writing and fleshed out aspects of the characters were strong enough for that to play out as well as it should have.
Right.
I don't think that they hit the nail on the head. So I know this is the type of film and story between a couple that is supposed to be kind of tense and make you uncomfortable in the way that they communicate with each other, even like the small things that they say to each other. And I get that. I saw it, I understood it, but some of the dialogue felt like somebody just like wrote it as an afterthought. I was like, human beings don't speak this way.
Okay, yeah.
It was very strange. No one would speak to each other this way, whether in a couple, most of the time anyway, even between friends. There's like a female friendship within the film that's, maybe could have been a little bit deeper than it was. And within like even that storyline, I was like, wow, like good friends don't speak to each other this way. I've never encountered a situation like this in my life with someone that I've been close to. It's very bizarre. Even, I'm not talking about, friends can be real with each other. They can give each other shit about things sometimes or tell them when they're being stupid. But the back and forth felt really ham-fisted in the way that they explained. So the lead character, her name is Liz, and even the conversation, she's FaceTiming her friend Mags or Maggie, I assume, at the beginning of the film. And some of the conversation that they have is just like, oh, like he bought me a cardigan. Oh, it's beige. And they try to do that. I'm like, see, like this dialogue sounds like it was written by a man. They try to do that like cool girl thing of, oh my God, I don't even think I've ever heard you say the word beige. And I'm like, what is this? What is this conversation? People don't talk to each other like this. And women do not talk to each other like this. And I didn't love it.
Before we get into, I guess, more deeper stuff.
We're still going to do our 3 favorites. We're still going to do that
Yeah,
thing
of course.
because there's still good things. I'm going to shit on this a little bit because I didn't love it, but there are positives.
Before we get into a little bit more of the deeper stuff, I guess, let's dig it.
Oh, okay.
How
we're
many
giving
digs would you give this movie?
Maybe if I revisited something eventually, I'd find certain other things to enjoy more about the film and stuff. But where I'm sitting right now is probably like 3 digs.
Right.
I was not a big fan of this. How about you? How are you feeling about it?
I was kind of thinking the same
Hovering
thing.
around
3, maybe 4.
maybe 4, but I'm not feeling
Maybe
comfortable enough to
4?
give it 4 right now.
So like IMDb right now, it's at a 5.9,
Oh, okay.
which is almost surprising.
That's very mid-tier.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily amazing,
No,
but
it's not great.
Yeah, it's a 5.9 MDB, 49 on Rotten Tomatoes, 40% from the popcorn meter.
Yeah, so I think
And-
it seems to be pretty consistent across the board, whether it's critics or audiences. People aren't
Yeah.
like loving this
That's
one.
it. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, if it had a better story, I would have given it a lot more.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that I did like about the movie.
Yeah.
But so that's my thing, right? If I'm sitting there and at the end of the movie, I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? In a sense, like, I did not understand.
Yeah, not like
what
in
the
that
story
blew
is.
my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
When you're like, what the fuck, in a bad way?
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, I know. And I
No,
don't.
I can't do that.
I don't want to be like I like following a mystery through line throughout the course of a story. I don't like to be continuing to play the guessing game until the 11th hour. And then honestly, the reveal, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yeah, that's
guess. Yeah. Anyway,
well.
look, all of that said, we're still going to do our 3
Yeah, of
favorites.
course.
So, because that's what we do, so that's what we're doing.
They
so,
might be very similar.
quite possibly, yes. I don't know. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Sure, I mean, I'll do it.
Okay.
So the first favorite thing, I mean, the cinematography in this movie is absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous.
So this is the guy who I said at
Oh,
the
yeah, you
beginning
said Joe what?
that I made a mistake. The cinematographer is Jeremy Cox.
Jeremy Cox, sorry, yes.
So he has also done, this one was his kind of like, I guess, first bigger one.
Okay.
He did Mile End Kicks. I'm not sure what it is, but this is also of 2025.
Mm-hmm,
But he was the second unit director on The Monkey. He was second
okay.
unit director of Long Legs. He was second unit assistant first
Ah.
camera on Snorkeling. So he's done a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
right? And like there's some things like he did some shorts, he did some video stuff and whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So his cinematography is very interesting. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is amazing to watch. So that's the thing, right? Is that like with this movie, I felt like it was more of like an experimental movie because of the way that it was shot and
Yeah.
because the story was just a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Than a full-fledged, release it to the screen type of thing.
Like a more standard sort of
Yeah.
looking film, I guess.
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah. So it was like maybe a little bit more experimental. At least that's what I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was. But the first favorite thing is definitely the cinematography because I could, overlay the music, forget the story.
Yeah.
Give me all of that visual. I
Yeah.
could watch that for hours.
It's fascinating.
That
of
was
course.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of callbacks and stuff
Yeah.
within the visual story of it itself. The way that they were doing the establishing shots at the beginning, I absolutely liked it, even though it annoyed me a little bit because there were weird shots of almost abstract things which were just kind of like normal structure of a house. So
Oh,
just
yeah.
the way that it's shot, with the lighting and everything. And some shots were just like, oh, it seems like someone's lurking from the corner and looking at them, but it's not. You know what I mean? And then there's some weird shots of like the forest looking into the house, and you think that someone's looking, but no one's looking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
So like the established shots were very interesting because it introduced that confusion that is nice to look at.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was good for the story because I was sitting there. I was like confused. I'm like, okay, is this someone who's going to come from the inside, from the outside, and do something on the inside? Is it something happening on the inside?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I did like looking at it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I
But
get
that's the
you.
thing.
I get you. I agree. Okay, my first and I guess for me, my first and biggest favorite was just Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of her stuff. I think she is insanely talented. And I know that there's been buzz, but I just don't feel that she gets enough credit
She
for
doesn't.
how fantastic she is in everything. Her performances are so authentic, whether she's supposed to be frustrated or upset or scared or anything. I 100%, I'm like, this is a human being. This is a fully fleshed person in everything that she's doing. And that is with some of the clunky exposition dialogue and stuff in this film. And it continues to this day. She's so impressive. There are a couple of scenes in this in which she is so terrified that she's shaking and crying and trying to speak at the same time. The way that you do if you're like extremely upset and having trouble speaking, and she's so brilliant at it that I just feel like she's fully in the situation that she's in, and this is actually like terror that she's feeling, and there's no performance, she's
I feel
just
like
doing it.
every time there's something that is big enough that she plays in that gets released or whatever it is, I always see articles like, oh, Tatiana Maslany is an underrated horror actor. Oh, she's
We
an
know.
underrated actor, this and that. I'm like, yeah, stop fucking saying that.
So stop
She
underrating
is,
her.
because she's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, stop
It's
doing
so
the
annoying
underrated.
when I see those
It doesn't-
headlines.
yeah.
God damn it.
I know. She just doesn't get enough credit for it, but it doesn't have to be an underrated. You can just say she's phenomenal.
Exactly.
And continues to be phenomenal. I'm a big Orphan Black fan too, to be fair. So like that was a big thing. We're Canadian, so that was a huge show when it popped off over here as well. It got like a ton of buzz. Also, this movie must have been filmed in Canada. Like the entire cast is Canadian.
I believe it was actually. I remember reading something about it. Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was definitely, I would say, just her entire performance itself was fantastic from start to finish. I thought she was so good.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be my first favorite for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. For me, I mean, number two, I don't even know.
It's a little hard, isn't it?
It's a little hard in
Yeah.
the sense that, like, not that everything was bad.
No.
I'm just trying to find something that I really liked and appreciated
Yeah.
about this. I think, like, it might seem very weirdly minor or something like that, but the setting of it and the house and the whole kind of like geometry of the shots or whatever it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
or the way that things are done, I like that a lot, because
That-
that's something
yeah.
that I was watching and I was actually actively thinking about it, and I was like, oh shit, this is very nice. You
That
know what I
house
mean?
was very interesting.
Uh-huh.
It was, I think the geometry you're thinking of is some of the angles of the property itself are really
yes.
interesting to see. They make for really interesting shots. I mean, it kind of tacks on to like the cinematography
That's
that
it,
you
exactly.
liked,
Yeah.
that you liked about it too. But yeah, no, it's such an interesting place. I was like, this is fascinating. This would both be beautiful and disconcerting to stay in as a property, like to have. You know, when they first show up, it's like at surface level, you're like, damn, this is a nice cabin. Like, fuck, this guy has a really nice place. And it's like, as time continues, there's little bits of it that you're like, oh, it's a bit weird. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's really strange.
Well, yeah, that's it. It's like all open windows everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it is super nice. But then some doors just lead to a river, basically. So it's kind of like, you can see everything, but also it's hard to escape.
Yes.
If anything,
Which is purposeful, I'm sure.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. So I would stay there.
Of course you would. It had enough certain types of like interesting lines that I was like, oh, this is the kind of cabin that Arthur would rent. 100%.
Where is it in Canada? Tell me right now.
Probably BC.
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Again, god damn it.
I know. So far, guys. We're on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that would be it for number 2.
Okay.
What about you?
I think that because I found it interesting pretty much the whole way through the film, and it worked quite effectively when it was supposed to, the sound design of this movie was very good. The use of dialogue being through walls or through vents so you can't catch
Yeah.
a conversation or someone singing or something and you're not quite sure what it is. Are there multiple voices? Is it one voice? That was interesting, coupled with the use of silence when it needed to be quiet in between certain aspects of things. The sounds, even like outdoors, because they're in the middle of the woods essentially
Yes, of
in
course.
this. All of that sort of aspect of things I thought was cool. I thought that was really well, it was really well done, and it added to the visual aspect of the film. And so it just made it a little heavier on the atmosphere, I guess, which was good.
See, so that's what makes me think that this movie was a lot more experimental
Yeah.
than a movie itself, because like you said, the sound design and the cinematography was just amazing, and it had a lot more character than the rest of the
Yeah.
movie. And I feel like it was, one of those kind of like, you make this movie in order to show how good someone is in their field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
So like, I
true.
wouldn't be surprised after this movie, like the cinematographer would get even more exposed to other possibilities to work.
Yep.
But yeah, you know.
I mean, I feel like, and again, like it's just like this is just visually, it was a really appealing sort of type of property and setting to choose for the film. Obviously, yes, the level of seclusion, but that kind of goes without saying. We get it; they're isolated.
it had to be.
Obviously,
It
yeah,
had to be, of course.
we know because basically the film follows Liz, played by Tatiana Maslany, and Malcolm, who's played by Rossif Sutherland.
Yeah.
By the way, son of Donald Sutherland, half brother of Kiefer Sutherland.
Of course.
Right, part of that family. They're like Canadian royalty at this point, basically. That's it. They're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. They go out to his cabin allegedly, and weird shit kind of starts to happen while they're there. There are strange things that appear sort of on the property. There's something that she feels is kind of lurking to a degree. She's completely correct. There are a couple of bizarre encounters with allegedly Malcolm's cousin, Darren, who shows up with his date, some sort of model. I guess he's supposed to be some sort of agent or something. He's like, like the sleazy piece of shit,
Yeah.
basically, of the movie. Also, by the way, Darren's played by Burkett Turton, who is also a Canadian actor. This is why I'm saying this must have been shot in
Right.
Canada.
Yeah.
It was, and also I believe the writer is Canadian as well. So, he's one of those. We were watching the movie and I was like, this is a guy who was on a whole bunch of TV shows.
Yeah.
Like he had that face, and I was like, okay, so it looks like, and a
also-
lot of stuff that was shot in Canada.
He also did a lot of comedy, right? From
I
what
think
remember.
so, yeah.
that's it.
But so like he was in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids TV show, Smallville, Dark Angel, Dead Zone, Dead Like Me, which also another Canadian one. He was in some episodes, I think, of 24, Supernatural, Fringe, Gotham. All of these things are shot in BC.
Yeah, there you go.
The Flash, like all of these things are shot in Canada. And he's just one of those with a really recognizable face because of it. I feel like when you grow up here, because there aren't a ton of always very well-known Canadian actors,
Right, yeah.
but when you're watching more local or locally shot TV shows, films, whatever the case may be, you see recurring people on a regular basis, and he is one of those people that has popped up in a bunch of things. And I was watching it and I was like, oh, this person, I've definitely seen this guy in a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
before.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, do you have a third favorite?
I do have a
dark
third
for
one.
these.
I do have a third
Okay.
one, and again, like all of this is very technical in a sense. The character design was absolutely amazing. I love
Yeah, that's
seeing character design that I'm like looking at it. I'm like, how the hell? Like, what kind of drugs
Where the
were you
fuck
on?
did you come up
yeah,
with that?
like I absolutely love seeing people's imagination
Yes.
portrayed on screen with different things. And one of them is character design, whatever it is. Some of them were simple, some of them were really insane and kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And I really liked that aspect. So basically everything that I was the horror the actual horror aspect of
Yes,
things, not the
yeah.
psychological horror, because there was it was much more focused on that.
Correct.
As opposed to the
physical, like in
the
your face
physical,
horror.
that's it,
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
But that's what I think I enjoyed the most is all that, like it was the different character designs that were there, the way that they showed them and revealed them, etc. And like all of that was very nice. And
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. And I'm not talking about the character design of the actual people.
No,
It's
no,
the-
no. Sorry. Yes. So yeah. Again. I hope you've seen it if you're listening to this, unless you like couldn't be bothered with it or whatever. In which case, you got the spoiler warning. So hey, this film, and again, I like that. So I wish that there had been something better earlier in the film to tie everything together, or to at least keep me more interested, maybe, because this film does lean into like folk horror territory,
yes, it does.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Because there's always, like-
generations of women, a witch, possibly.
Yeah, that's it. And there's
At
like
some point.
some time travel thing that they're showing,
It's not
but
time
then
travel, but it's
Well,
different
you
periods
know,
of time.
yeah, it's different periods. But then, like, I feel like it never tied in together to anything.
Like it does. Okay, so do you know what
And I was like-
do you know what the problem is? And I know, and this is not me being like, oh my god, I'm so smart, I figured this out right away. But the opening shots of this film show a multitude of different women falling in love and then falling out of love, becoming disconcerted, yelling at their partner, like they're yelling at the camera, but it's meant to be like yelling at the man that they
Yeah.
are with. And essentially, immediately by the end of that scene, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, he does this. He's done this before. He's doing it again, kind of thing. That's why he's brought her there.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately. And I was like, oh, see, like,
No, but I mean, I also understood that right away because it wasn't just
Yeah.
a random shot
but it
of
sucks.
anything.
But it sucks a little bit because you're like, oh, okay. I guess I've kind of guessed half of what's going on
Yeah.
kind of right away, which
Yeah,
is,
I guess.
which is a little disappointing.
I don't know. I just didn't find that it all tied in and connected properly.
wasn't-
at the end of the day.
It wasn't super seamless. Like, for instance, where the fuck did Darren go?
Yes, exactly.
That's annoying.
He like showed up in the middle of allegedly him, the main male character, like kind of like finishing what
Malcolm.
he was supposed to do. Malcolm, that's
Yeah.
it. And he was like, yeah, well, like let's celebrate and drink our scotch and whatever it is. And then he gets into the house, even though Liz didn't want him to get
Yeah.
in. And then she kind of goes to hide in the bathroom, hoping that he would leave. And he
And
was
he-
like, oh, let's have a drink. And then he leaves the scotch there. He takes off his watch,
Apparently,
puts it in the sink.
but see, that's the unclear thing. So, did the entities in the house kill him?
But why?
They wouldn't
weren't
have had a
even
reason
active,
to before.
exactly.
And they wouldn't have had a reason to. They've never killed him before. And he brought his sacrifice, the girl Minka
Yeah.
that he's with. She is killed earlier in the movie. He brought
Exactly.
his sacrifice. Her also, hate the fucking way that character's written. What are the fucking lines that she has?
Oh,
I
that made
don't
no
like
sense.
being outside. Oh, I wish for Uber. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
like-
no one would talk to themselves like this. I get it. She's Eastern European. English isn't her first language.
get it,
so
but
she
you
would be
don't-
mumbling to herself in her language.
least.
Yes. And it wouldn't be something stupid like, I don't like being outside. Like, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
no, like a lot of things didn't really make sense.
I think that's what's bothering me. I do not like the way that the women are written in this film. I don't like it. I don't like it. It feels like it was written by a man.
Yeah, so that is number 3 for
That's
me,
number
I
3.
guess. Yeah.
Okay. I think my number 3, this is sort of, we're just going to have to copy each other a little bit. I
Yeah,
will say,
that's
I
fair.
do agree with you that I think for me, my third favorite is also the cinematography of the film. I found it fascinating. It was visually very interesting to look at, even at parts where I did not understand what was happening. I found it very interesting to watch, and it's visually quite a stunning film. Just the way that it is shot, how interesting some of those shots are, and they're so good. The cinematographers are obviously very talented at making you feel a little bit disconcerted by some of the shots, either because of the way that they linger or the angle that they're shot at. You're like,
That's it,
oh,
exactly.
that's weird.
That's what I was saying.
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes you, that's it. It makes you a little bit almost uncomfortable to a degree, which, for the tone of this film does make sense.
Yep.
So I really appreciated that aspect of thing. And the visuals were very good. That's it, both from the cinematography and also, as you said, from the character design that was put into the very nightmarish sort of entities that exist on the property that essentially accept these sacrifices from Malcolm and Darren every, we don't know, X amount of
X
time.
amount of years, yeah, whatever.
And at which point, apparently, they are given an extended life, so they're essentially treated as immortals as long as they continue to provide sacrifices to these beings, whatever they are.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
they are. And like I thought it was something in the house, or I thought maybe it was the past women that have become
Oh,
this
yes, but no.
entity, whatever it is, but not even like
Well,
that-
some of it seemed to be sort of, again, see, unclear by
no,
the end.
unclear, and also like the one that Darren brought, that girl there, she was like killed by a tree taking her.
It looked
or
like a
something that.
bear. For 2 seconds, it looked like a bear.
But she went like up the tree.
I know, that's what I mean. It didn't make sense.
So I'm like, okay, but is it entities in the house? Is it in the property? Is it like the whole forest that is
That's
like
it.
that?
I don't know. Yeah. See, too many little bits of unanswered questions. There can be some. This is a kind of movie where there could be some ambiguity.
Some,
Yes.
but not too many.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
there is too much of it. Too much of it. It does not make sense. And again, that's it. That was the thing that bothered me the most by the time I think like the last 5-10 minutes rolled around of the movie and we got through everything and Liz decides to accept her power essentially and to become
Whatever that is.
their
What is
mother
that?
again. She's like a reincarnation. I guess that's what she's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, because they were talking about something child.
She
and the
looks like
children
the
and stuff.
woman who birthed these fucking weird ass creatures.
Oh, God.
Yeah, see?
I have to think way too hard to
It's
put
just-
this all together, and
And honestly, it's very ham-fisted. It's not great. It's almost like when they give it to you, they almost like overthrow it in your face, even though it was so ambiguous earlier in the film. So you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we've shifted story type, and I don't like it. Like, it's weird. It's just very strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't a big fan of it. Anyway, they do all of this. As you said, that's it. Like, this Darren character shows up, essentially forces his way into the house. And it seems as though because Liz is not yet dead or has not been sacrificed,
Yeah.
that he's going to take care of it because he grabs the cleaver out of the
Right,
drawer,
yeah.
goes up the stairs, and then we never see him again. And maybe I missed something. It's possible. It was the first time we've ever watched it, and I can't go back and look at it right now. I can't rewind and rewatch to figure out what happened.
the only thing that I remember in that scene is that like he goes up and then there's something, and then you see a body upside down with like the head hanging off by a
Yes,
thread. So
as though a
I'm
cleaver has
assuming
been
that's
used on it.
him.
So you're like, is that Darren? But why? Why?
Yeah.
If they have been providing their sacrifices, why is that happening? It's stupid. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It just frustrates me.
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
I
So
do not have an explanation for
no,
it.
those were the big things. So anyway, it just sucks. There was so much like interesting potential. This could have been
Yeah.
like a way better movie, but the writing needed to be very different than it was. And I think that if they had managed to do that and keep like the visuals and even the overall through line, even if this had been the plot line of the film, better writing that maintained a better tone would have tied things together better. And a couple of loose ends, just a little bit more of a bit of an explanation for them. And I would have gone from, I don't know, 3 digs to like 7. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it would have
that's it,
taken
that's it,
me,
that's it.
yeah, it would have taken me up. I don't think this would have been like a favorite of mine, but I would have liked it a lot more.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, okay, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, look, that's it. Everybody's going to have like different opinions about this stuff, just in general. This doesn't really mean anything in the sense that I still think Osgood Perkins has fascinating ideas. I think
Yes.
he's a really interesting
I'm
filmmaker.
still gonna watch his movies.
100%.
Still gonna try it.
I find he's a very interesting director. He's doing very interesting things with the genre.
He's doing different things.
Exactly.
Which is
And he's willing,
amazing.
and that's it. Sometimes maybe the different stuff doesn't always pay
and
off.
that's fine.
But it's still at least someone's doing that. You know what I mean? Like at least
Yep.
there are filmmakers who are doing those things and aren't sticking to like very standardized plot lines where every beat is exactly what you're expecting it to be. Do we like some of those sometimes? Like an easy little PG-13, something fun? Sure. But I don't necessarily want that to be every movie. Sometimes I do want to think about things a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Oh well.
Okay.
Hey, it is what it is.
Listen. Anyway, that's unfortunate, but hey, there are other releases to come before the end of the year. I think we're gonna work on a couple of other things leading up to because we realized that the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night's coming out in December. So I think we're going to be working up to that. We've got another childhood trauma episode or two
Oh, yeah.
on the way for sure. That'll be really fun.
There's a possible collab that's
Yeah,
coming
maybe
on
like
the
a little
way.
collab with some friends of ours, which would be super cool. So we're going to keep working through, some other stuff before the end of the year. We're going to do some wrap-ups before the end of the year. I'm excited because I'm going to have to think again about all of the movies that we watched
Yeah,
this
exactly.
year to figure out what were my favorites. Anyway, as usual, follow us on all of our socials. Everywhere that we have everything is at Gravestone Pod.
Yeah.
You can find everything there. Feel free to please support us if you would like to like and review.
Yes, please leave a review.
Yeah, leave
Helps
a
lot.
review. Leave us a star rating. Rate and review everywhere that you can on whatever platform you're listening to. It does help us out. It's great. We really appreciate it. But until next time, guys, stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.